Jen, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I'm so excited to learn more about you and your story.
Thanks for having me.
How did you get started in real estate?
I was just in a transition period in my life.
Okay.
And when I kind of started to look at my very particular set of skills, and I'd been following real estate just curiously for 20 years in this town. And I was like, I think I could do that. I think my skill set matches up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And so what was the process like getting started for you?
Took some classes to get my license.
Okay.
And then there's a very clear understanding that once you pass that test and get your license, kudos, but you know nothing. And now it's like,
right.
Okay, now what?
You know what they told you to learn for
exactly,
the test.
Like
that's
I can
not
pass
real
that
world.
exam and what's the contract nitty gritty and how do negotiations
and
work?
how do I get business?
Totally. Yeah.
So after you passed the test, what was next?
Checked out a few brokerages.
Okay.
Checked out a few teams, brokerages, different situations. Came to a business meeting at the Keller Williams Prairie Village office. And
okay.
I was blown away. It was like, oh, this is the place I'm supposed to be.
Really? So what made us stand out at that business meeting?
The quality of information,
Okay.
the transparency, the communication, what we were learning in business meetings, it was like real-time market conversation, real nuggets for a constantly shifting market that was like, okay, I'm going to get what I need here. And unbelievably welcoming.
Yeah.
All kinds of agents that, people that have been in the business for 30 years probably see new agents all the time.
Sure.
Still made the effort to come up, introduce themselves, welcome. There's just it feels welcoming and it's genuinely collaborative. Like,
Absolutely.
hey, this is what's working for me. Try this. That's not working for me, and it's not oddly competitive the way I thought it might be.
Absolutely. To your point, when I came over to the office as well, it was very collaborative. The culture is what drew me.
Yeah.
Obviously the training and the support is great, but the culture for all of the, top producing agents that had been in it for years upon years were very open to sharing everything that they had learned, what was working for them, and teaching and training those who were new.
Exactly.
So that for me was huge. But also, you mentioned at the business meeting, everything that was being shared, it really felt that our office teaches agents to be business owners and not just realtors.
100. One of the early business meetings, that's exactly what it was. It was, how do you manage your taxes? Are you thinking about certain business aspects that we are running a small business? Whether you're on a team or you're a solo agent, you are running a small business. And a lot of people have not been business owners before and don't know, and maybe dread spreadsheets or QuickBooks or whatever.
Sure.
But somebody has to look at that, whether it's you or you have delegated that.
And you better look at it before the IRS
Before
does.
tax time, totally. Yeah.
For sure. So being a new agent in the office, you went through the launch program. Tell me what that was like.
I loved launch. It was, I think probably many people who transition midlife are used to being an expert in their field.
Sure.
And again, you get that license and it's like, okay, cool. I know a little bit of stuff. Now what?
Right.
And launch was that place where it was like, we could just get into the nuts and bolts of contracts, work on your buyer's consultation. What are the nuances of co-oping with another agent look like? What is negotiation? What's normal and what's not normal? And just have a coach to be one-on-one with questions that are going to come up in your first year or two.
Oh, I love that. So it's not like you joined Keller Williams and you were just left to figure it out. Right. You actually had a one-on-one coach that helped you through it in addition to the group setting.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Cool.
We would meet as a group, which also helps when you have other people that are in the same boat as you and trying to figure out like what's working for you.
Right. It's like a team environment is what I'm hearing. Is that fair to say?
Totally.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So going through launch, and that's a year-long program, correct? What were your results for the first year?
The first year was hard.
Yeah.
And this is where I think we just have to be transparent
Mm-hmm.
with anyone coming into the industry. It is hard work, and you're not going to get paid as much as you maybe. To replace an income could take a year or two, I think.
And that's normal.
For most people.
That's totally normal.
Yeah.
It's nothing to, feel ashamed about.
Right.
I think social media, all of the reality TV shows have done such a great job of making it look so easy.
Right.
With these big commission checks and all the pretty houses. But until
you also see a bunch of hoarder houses.
You see a bunch of hoarder houses and you're actually paying a lot before you make money.
Right.
So, the reality of it is, as you said, it's very hard work.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stay committed, and it takes that work ethic to stay with something, to do something when you're not getting paid for it.
Yeah. Work ethic and mindset.
Right.
Too.
Right.
Yeah.
Drilling down. No, you're betting on yourself knowing that you will get paid, but maybe not this month, maybe not even in 2 or 3 months, so staying with it.
Don't give up,
right.
because then the success comes. It's
right.
Right at that tipping point where so many people give up.
Right.
They were so close. They were right there.
That's where I think coaching can be helpful, because there's a perspective of someone can help. It's really, in that first year or two, you're not sure if you're spending your time on the right things.
Okay.
It's just like so many things coming at you.
Sure.
Do this, buy leads, do that. Are you focusing on the right things? And I think sometimes a coach can say, hey, what's your one goal? How do we get there? How do you move the needle to get there, instead of
allowing you to be distracted by all the shiny objects?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because when you're a real estate agent, you get how many phone calls a day? Buy leads. We've got this zip code ready for you. If you do this program, you're going to have success instantly.
Yep.
And you really have to stay focused, and having a coach recognize and help you see what's working for you, so you can double down on it. Yeah.
You will get 15, 20 calls, texts a day of just learn how to ignore those and move about.
Keep going. Yep. Okay. So Launch is the Year program. How long have you been out of Launch?
2.5 years, I think. 2 years.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
So tell me, how are things going?
Pretty well.
Okay.
I'm grateful. I'm busy. There are a lot of lessons to be learned in energy management.
Okay.
And boundaries, which I know we've talked about, that when you want to take care of your people and you come from a service mindset, sometimes you give, and we have to figure out how to boundary up and take care of ourselves so that we have something to give. So,
absolutely. Because it's so often that as realtors, we can give and give to our clients. Especially when the market is moving so quickly and dictates it, and have nothing left to give to ourselves and to our family and loved ones. Yep. So when you recognize that that's happening, what do you do to pivot, take a step back?
I'll check in with my current clients and kind of, have I set an expectation? Have we talked about, hey, Sundays only, emergency only if we're in negotiations? Do I need to communicate something? And sometimes it's really just, it's me figuring out, hey, I need to commit to myself and go for a walk at lunch. Yep, this stuff is all going to be here. There's no life or death emergency happening. Right. Sewer sometimes feels like that, but you have time to take a walk. And
all problems are fixable.
Exactly. We're just problem solvers. That's all.
We absolutely are. Problem solvers, matchmakers,
connectors,
real estate matchmakers. Let me be very clear.
Yes.
Yep. I love that you're focusing on boundaries while still taking care of the clients, because it's not an either or.
Right.
It's a both and.
Right.
So I think that's beautiful. So what is the biggest piece of advice that you would give to someone who's just starting out?
That first year, using your time wisely, in betting on yourself. You're going to be busy at some point. You will have clients, you will have leads. Prepare for that now. Get your buyer's consultation in order. Yep. If you have a transaction, keep a great to-do list and turn that into a transaction checklist or a standard operating procedure for this is how I work with buyers. This is how I work with sellers. Get your listing presentation, some of your branding, like use your time for things that you know you're going to need. When you get a phone call from a buyer and then another buyer and then a listing appointment in one day, can you respond to them? Do you have a packet ready that you can give them information? Can you jump in when it's time? Because it will be time.
It's such great advice, because once you do have the buyers and the listing appointments, everything, you will not have time to recreate everything that you should have been doing from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. And then you have to hire it out, and that costs money.
Right.
Yeah. That's such great advice. So just kind of an off the cuff question. When you have a day like that where you've got a ton of appointments going on and you know you're going to have to, get yourself hyped up for it, what is the song you listen to hype yourself up?
Probably some Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Erykah Badu.
Okay.
Something
Love
in
it.
that.
Yeah. Is there like
one
a special place you stop for coffee or tea or some sort of drink to get you going?
I have coffee shops in every neighborhood.
Okay.
That's the way agents roll.
Uh-huh.
It's like, that's mine. Family Tree is pretty special though.
Okay.
The greenhouse. Being able to go get a cup of coffee and have like 10 minutes in the greenhouse is pretty good reset.
Oh, I love that. So calming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
So just to kind of circle back to getting everything set up for yourself for success, like the presentations, the checklist, all of that. Was that something that you learned in launch to do?
It is. Part of that is my entrepreneurial background, and I'm just detail oriented and system based. And I know that's what it's going to take.
Yep.
And then in launch, each week we have a topic that we are focused on. So it might be buyer's consultations. And then you go home that week and that's your homework. So a lot of that is from launch, where it's like, these are the things that maybe you should be focusing on.
Sure. So you paired like the detailed stuff, like the buyer consultations, what you needed to do with the skills you already knew, and what you would have to put together to run a successful business. It sounds like very cool. Very cool. So how has the office overall impacted your business?
Oh, it's everything. The office is so supportive in very conscious and intelligent ways. Like, what does an agent actually need? What are the tools that we need to succeed? The business meetings, like I said, are great information just to stay fresh and current. Sure. We have a marketing team. We have this amazing podcast studio that we can come rock some podcasts in if we want to. The support, the TC program. The TC program,
life-changing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Genuinely, Saturday, I was writing an offer at the same time that I was showing houses, only because I could call my TC and say, hey, I know we're writing on this. I won't be home for 3 hours. Can you get started?
Right. And as for anyone who doesn't know, a TC is a transaction coordinator. So somebody who helps with the paperwork.
Right.
Yeah. So you can be out selling.
Exactly.
Because that's the income generating activity, not the paperwork.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The TC program has been great. So just things like that the brokerage knows will actually help support us.
I love that.
And the culture, like you said, there's, no joke that the culture is consciously cultivated and it makes it a fun place. And
I mean, it's super fun. This weekend, we're having a casino night to raise money for charity. So, I mean, which is great. And also agents can use that as a client event, a done for you client event. I just think it's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah. So cool. So, if you had people coming in from out of town, whether they were clients or visitors, where would you take them for the perfect day in KC?
Ooh. We might hit a park. It depends on what neighborhood they want to look in or where they're kind of zeroing in on. Maybe we'd walk the lawn at the Nelson, the sculpture park at the Nelson.
Cool.
Grab a coffee.
Yeah.
Depends on if we're going to go outside and play, but and where they want to be, but probably walk the lawn at the Nelson, get some coffee, get some lunch, see a few houses.
Perfect day in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Especially with, this weekend's not so beautiful, but last weekend was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are, we had a sneak peek of fall weather last week. Hopefully we'll get some more in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I love Kansas City in the fall. I think it's when our city really comes to life.
Yeah.
And there's so many great things to do. Is there anything that you like to do every fall that's like hyper Kansas City?
That's a trick question.
I know I
for
put
me.
you on the spot.
I'm like the hyper Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's actually a little more maybe Lawrence, but the Grintner's sunflower
Sunflower.
farm. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet space. Shawnee Mission Park, honestly, just hiking out there. We have incredible parks and rec department in both Johnson County and KC-Mo. The trail system really well managed and cared for. Just getting outside and really like look at what we have here.
It really
we
is
get
beautiful.
all 4 seasons.
We do.
To their supreme beauty.
Yeah.
To their max.
To their max. And sometimes we get it all in one day.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
I agree with you on Shawnee Mission Park, though. I live close by, and
such a gem.
Perfect fall morning is
Just get out on a trail.
Yep. When it's still quiet, sun's just coming up, that fog's rolling in, cup of coffee. It's perfect.
Remember what's real.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's the important thing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for sharing your real estate journey with us.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks.